guys. Pretty sure Matt got you beat by half a second there. There we go. So, in regards to the courseplay issue, I put in kind of an issue ticket. So maybe they can investigate that. So, as we wait for them to figure out what's going on with courseplay and why it won't generate courses, what else do we have left to do? Oh yeah. Here's some of these stocks. Good idea if you're watching, leave a comment. So we'll probably work up until midnight here in game time. Still got 3 hours. That might be a good time to call it quits so that we can fast forward to the morning. So what are you guys doing Saturday evening? It's a little bit past 4:30 here. make the brush hog, and in regards to console, you're really gonna have to, you know, beggars can't be choosers. If you want some decent mods, I'd get a PC because the game's a lot better with the PC. You get a lot better content. Can't afford it? Well, I guess then you'll just have to wait, I guess, for Giants to do something. Mark, I didn't do anything. I just Googled this thing on, you know, Google Image, downloaded it, and the only thing I did do to it is it was making a cultivating sound, so I took those lines out of the XML. Other than that, it's pretty basic. It's scripted as a cultivator and uses a stubble mod LUA file. Oh, Houston, we have an issue. Why does this guy keep running? Whatever happened to turn on the field? No, in order to get any kind of chopped straw, your map needs to be set up for it, so. The mower is just basically a cultivator, essentially, that mows. This is so confused with this courseplay course.
Oh boy.
Hello.
Yep. Yeah, so you finally got courseplay working.
It's not working.
Why?
Well, it is, but it still won't generate the single course for like just a single implement.
I wonder if you got too many lines.
Yeah, so I put in like a help thing on the courseplay on GitHub, and the guy responded. He's like, "I'm surprised it even worked. It's only supposed to go up to 20 km." I'm like, "It's only a 300-acre field."
What's KM mean? I can't believe you haven't started the second one yet.
What are you guys up to?
Watching your stream.
Oh wow, sounds pretty boring.
Waiting for Dustin to figure out what he's gonna do.
I'm not streaming today.
You are? Is that a yes or a no?
You going to a concert tonight or what?
Yeah.
There's a lot of concerts over here in Fenway.
I bet there is.
I think Luke, Bryan, and a bunch of people are coming next week.
What, are you taking her to go see Luke Bryan?
No.
You're still not done mowing that field?
Oh, we're gonna be here for a couple days. It's the only thing to do, because we have to wait for the plow. And we can plant.
Temperature?
No, we're not waiting for temperature. We're waiting for the fields to get tilled so that we can plant.
You kind of need a 40-foot mower.
Kind of.
Oh, did you watch How Farms Works video of setting up their farm day?
Nope.
They bush hogged one of their nice alfalfa fields.
Oh, really?
Like 10-inch tall alfalfa, just bush hogged it.
For parking?
Why?
They were probably gonna replant it though.
I think that's usually where they do the parking for it. They must not have had time to bale it this year.
What would that be, like second crop at this point?
Yeah. It's like 10-inch tall, thick alfalfa, and they just bush hogged it
Well,
with the rhino.
the guy probably makes enough by selling those tickets that they can just buy it if they need it.
They made a video last year that they actually lost one.
Doing the show?
No, farming.
Oh. Yeah, imagine those guys trying to do a crop farm on that kind of those kind of fields. Not the most efficient thing in the world.
Probably not.
Gotta use what you have, though.
I think they'd be better off if they wouldn't cut all those fields into just small little pickle pits.
You mean the waterways?
No, they actually got a couple fields that don't have waterways in them, but they just farm them so they can put 2 different crops in them. Just weird seeing an 8R on that small of a farm.
Yeah, it's not a very big 8R though.
I don't actually think it's that big of an 8R.
It's what, 8245?
Yeah. It's like the second biggest model they make, or no, second smallest model.
Yeah, they make 7Rs bigger than that thing.
I think all they ever do with that 8R is pull a grain cart and that Earthmaster 30-foot
Yeah, the disc.
grip or disc.
Did they say they farm 1,000 acres?
Maybe.
Which, even if you're doing 1,000 acres of tillage, which they're not, a lot of that's hay field, right?
Some of it is.
That's still quite a bit to till up with the 82.
They do very minimal tillage though. All they do is scratch the surface usually.
Just chop up the residue.
Yeah, that's why they got that VT. Still gotta figure out that mod that'll let us plant in the chop straw and not get rid of the chop straw.
There's a mod that does that?
Suppose, but well, there's stubble cultivator, but I thought you could plant into it.
Someone said you had to remove the direct planting. So that means we can't plant into any crops.
It'd have to be tilled underneath the chop straw. And then you'd add what, your stubble to your planter?
We were trying to double crop stuff, and we weren't. So we'd probably have to run over it with the stubble cultivator, and then plant it and take the direct seeding off the planters.
Well, no, you could probably add direct seed to the planter, but you'd probably have to add the stubble cultivator script to your planter.
Well, we should be able to plant that wheat field. It was just planting into whatever crops were already there. Like if you buy a field and there's crops there and you're like, I don't want this, I'm going to plant something else.
So we tried that on the bean field there, bud. We combined it and went to plant again, remember?
Yeah, but we didn't have the mod disabled.
What mod disabled?
The direct seeding mod.
Oh. Yeah, but wouldn't you have to cultivate it though, son?
No, I think that's what the other one does. I don't know.
I guess worst comes to worst, gives us a reason to use a 120-foot hero on the wheat field.
There you go.
So we'd have to go remove direct seeding off the seed hawk.
Just the mod, I think.
There's a direct seed mod in there, I think.
Yeah.
Well.
days I'm gonna add that suction control to my sprayer. Try that model.
It's not bad. It's a pain in the ass to set up.
Yeah. That's why I haven't done it yet.
Matt Carr did John Deere that's out there. And released it.
So how many sections do you have to do with that? Like a 13 or something?
For what your
The 120?
John Deere is?
Yeah.
7.
7? And that's just like different work areas? Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I imagine you'd have to like link the spray nodes inside that, right?
Yes, I believe so.
No, so each time your boom folds is a section on your sprayer. So like right behind the tires is a section. The first fold's a section.
I feel like there's smaller sections than that though, because those booms are pretty big.
Mine's my Patriot's 120 foot and has 7 sections.
Why does this tractor keep turning off the freaking
I think your tractor's on drugs. It's in a tree grove.
pretty dark here.
What do they look like?
Do you guys like playing at night or not so much?
I don't mind it actually. I think it's kind of fun.
I like it. Except for with the seasons and stuff. It gets super dark, and my stream always complains it's so dark that they can't see anything.
Yeah.
Even though my monitor brightness is up a little bit, but
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, it's fun to play, but shitty to watch, I think. Never used to be able to farm at night.
I actually go into OBS and up the brightness on that when we're in night, and then tell someone's like, all right, I'm done playing with night, let's fast forward.
Oh yeah, how do you increase the brightness?
If you go into, I don't know how you have your OBS set up, but on the scenes or the sources,
Yeah.
so you have your game capture source probably, or window source, whatever.
Display capture, yeah.
You right click on that and go to filters, and then you add a filter, and then you can add which one is it?
Chroma, color correction,
I thought it was color correction.
image mask blend.
Yeah, color correction's it, because then you can up there's a
brightness.
Yep, up your
Is
brightness.
that what you do?
Yep.
Alright, I'll try that out.
What are you learning all this stuff?
I just remember in like 13, anytime you turn your lights on, it would light the crap out of the game.
Have the field be white.
Yeah, and then in 15, it didn't really lag as much, but it still left kind of like black squares in the field if you're running multiple light units.
Yeah, if you had 3 combines in one area.
And they all like point in the same direction and turn black, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, 13 was bad. I hated 13.
So, rumor says in 13 they're working on the graphics engine again.
Yep, it's supposed to be.
in 19.
Yeah. How about that physics engine? That's what we really want, right?
Will never get done.
Are you guys running an Hydrus on your map? On your server?
No, we haven't. I'd like to though.
How do they have that tool set up? Just really skinny work areas, or?
Yes, multiple work areas.
But they're like super thin, right?
Yeah. I think that's on AEM.
Yep. They have one on AEM.
And that's just scripted as a flower cultivator. And then
Yeah, I believe so.
the tank will put down, it also sprays or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what they need to fix. Make it so the tanks don't have to do anything. It's just actually what it is a tank.
Well, it should, right? The toolbar is the one that should be scripted as a
Right.
sprayer. That's not how it's set up.
And it doesn't work unless there's a tank hooked up to it with the correct fill type.
Oh, it's not set up like that?
I don't think so. I guess I don't know. I haven't use the 17 version. I have not done any in hiders on 17.
Because I know in,
The-
in 15, that's kind of how you had to do it. Like my Montag was scripted as a sprayer, but now in 17, you don't really have to do that.
17, it comes out in the toolbar itself.
Oh, it does. Okay, so they did.
Yeah, you can actually do it the way it's supposed to be in 17 now.
It's not a bad mod, the one on AEL. It just could
Multiple work areas, like, piss out of your game.
Yes.
They say
He's
it
got a-
does, but I've run it on my computer and I don't drop near as bad as what they say you do.
He's got a text file in there that says how to take that out if you wanted to.
Just make it one work area.
Yeah.
I think they actually have it set up in that pack that one is multiple work areas and one's not multiple work areas. Because there's two of each version of.
It's too bad soil mod isn't in 17. Then you can actually
Right?
do shit like that.
Put down lime and PK. They took parts of it, like fertilizing it 3 times, but
Yeah.
periodic plowing.
At least it's something, right? It's baby steps towards something.
Well, there was definitely an improvement. I know most people bitch about the game, but there was some pretty good improvements.
But there is also some lapse.
Oh, absolutely.
Some lapses, so you know, they tend to do like a 2-step forward, 1 step back kind of thing.
I mean, we were kind of talking about this the other, actually last night I think it was, like with the configurations, how many mods extra would you have to have in the game?
Oh, I know, that was huge.
To do what we're doing.
That was such a basic thing, I'm surprised it took this long. It saves, you know, your mod files don't have to be as big. It saves your hard drive space. So yeah, that's a cool feature. But then they go and change things like they eliminate field auctions and they mess with traffic splines.
Yeah.
And then they make the whole animations XML super cumbersome. So, you know, some things have made the map making harder, more difficult. And there's really no reason for it to change.
Giants for you. Watch them try to update the physics engine and make it worse than what it was.
Well, the standard physics in this game is a heck of a lot better than it was in
Than what it was.
13. 13 was
Even
trash
15 was better.
without the MR engine. Well, they incorporated a lot of those things. It's the same scaling system and same like dynamic and static friction that was used in the MR engine, so. I remember when that Albert L was trying to convince me that a case quadrant was 54 tons. It's like, no. Or you used to have to put in those lines like downforce or something.
I missed the field auction the most.
Yeah. Oh my god, this quadrant stuff again. What is he doing way over here?
people that really don't know what that means. It's 2018 and people don't know what WIP means.
Seriously?
Yeah, somebody goes, what does the WIP mean in the title? They wanted to park 2730 in the house.
Yeah, now I've lost this word. What path is it?
Feel the sunrise exhilarate.
This
So,
stubble thing kind of glitches out every time you tap on it. WIP means work in progress.
And to answer your other question is, no, it's not multiplayer.
I wonder why multiple work areas would lag the game.
Just like the bail thing. Too many collisions or whatever in a short period.
It's not like it's a veil. It doesn't have any kind of physical collision on it. When you guys are playing at night, how long do you usually work till? Like midnight?
For what?
till we get sick of it, really.
Yep, and then Dusty does a little fast forward thing and kills our momentum.
Has Giants come out with any new case equipment ever since they released the Titan? They came out with the new tractor, that was it pretty much, right? Road track and
Like,
the Optum,
yeah.
but that was pretty much it.
That's that new sprayer that's supposedly coming out.
Cotton! Someone commented on Giants' page and they said, so I suppose you're not going to be able to hire a worker for cotton. It's kind of politically incorrect. fast forward time when I get to the end of this field here.
Why, so you can see the damage of the quad track in the daylight or what?
Yeah, I don't know what's making him run to the hills. Disc up those trees. He's supposed to be turning inside the field. I don't know what he's doing outside the field. I think that field broke courseplay.
Yeah.
This RX really has a good light package on it this year.
Just trip saying it again. Or he went to take a nap.
Who left? What is mowing the stubble stalks gain? In game, it gains me stubble, which you can till in for fertilizer, which saves me a lot of money.
aren't sleeping. Pitch quiet and dark.
What's pitch dark and quiet?
Yeah. Guess that's what you get in the middle of the night, right?
Maple and oak trees look identical right now for their leaves.
Dusty, did you get the double cropping figured out?
Haven't messed with it.
I just ran a test. I don't have the direct seeding mod, but I've got the stubble cultivator, stubble plow. You have to activate them in the field, or they'll still do default. But then I just grabbed Joe's Great Plains and replanted wheat into the stubble, and it worked.
Okay.
You guys using that drill to plant your wheat to that huge field?
No, definitely not. Probably just the seed hawks. At least until I get something else built.
I'm not a fan of how that seed hawk folds up. It looks pretty incomplete. You know what I mean? It doesn't fold up real nice. Same with that other.
Yeah, it's like they're missing something model-wise.
Some of with that other bizarre like black, the other drill that folds up real weird too. Cultivator, whatever it is.
Oh, the flex coil?
Yeah. Let's see, maybe it's in here.
I mean, the folding
Flexi coil. This thing.
animation's correct, but
Yeah, just the way it's just like someone fell asleep at the engineering wheel on that.
old school engineering. Did you notice on that, the chain links for the wheels to lift and lower it?
I've never used it, so.
Oh. Well, that's another. It's a Giants thing. It pulls crooked or something like that all the time. Either that or there's a mod conflict all the time.
I was having issues with the Brent grain cart with the tracks.
Uh huh.
if you like tap out of, if there's any kind of grain in it, and you tap out of it and come back, or like reload your save game, it would like kind of like glitch out. It could be the MR engine as well, so who knows. But I've heard people saying there's been a lot of issues with that big button pad that they need to patch.
Yeah.
There was a XML fix for that flex coil floating around out there somewhere. I thought it was on NRP, but I don't remember.
I've never seen it.
How can you
Seen
get
the
an
one for this-
XML fix for encrypted mod?
That's all it was in the zip, the XML for it. And, I don't know.
There's a there's an XML fix for the seed hawk
Talk.
to make it so you can actually pull it with a standard tractor instead of the big bud. I haven't seen one for the flex coil though. But I don't know how they make it work, but they make it so it calls the old or the
XML.
in-game mod. Yeah, the XML calls the regular zip file.
Yeah, which is bizarre because you would think you would need to have a mod description.
Right.
Because you can pull that model. But how do you know what the XML looks like on an encrypted locked model? How many leaves are in a bushel? Like 35? Something?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm just checking my prices right now because I divided everything by 5. So corn right now is 93. So let's do. So yeah, that's pretty close to where it should be after I sold a lot of grain. know it'd be nice if Giants made farm silos that you can only put one grain in at a time.
Yes.
That would be great.
You would think it'd be simple.
I wouldn't know. I don't know how to script shit, so you would think, right? It could be like, if any of these crops are in, then exclude any of these.
Yeah.
It's like a simple if function. I gave up on courseplay in this field.
So now it's gonna take you forever to do it because you're gonna have to do it by hand.
It's gonna cost me a fortune. Wait, I just planted this corn and it grew in one night. It's bizarre.
Field looks bigger than 300 acres.
It's 308, I think. So if you fertilize a field and also have chopped straw residue, and you till it under, you get 2 points of fertilization, right?
I don't think so.
Because when you disc under the residue, you get a point for that.
Yeah, but I don't think you get any other points unless you go through a cycle for it to reset.
Really?
We've yet to ever disc under chop straw or put fertilizer on our ground because we don't have enough help for the yield.
You're a no-till farm.
Right.
Yeah, there was so much potential with that soil mod. Like, he could have put in like a soil compaction layer, and then you could like script deep rippers with a specific specialization. Do no-till. Yeah, the thing with courseplay is it said it was going to take over 9 hours for that disc to till up that whole field, but that was with skipping a row and using two machines. So that would literally take like
That's a long time.
30. Yeah, that would take like 36 hours minimum just to rip that field with one machine. You only have to do your plowing every third or fourth season.
Yep.
Right, you can do it, once you plowed, it's good for 3 seasons, right?
Right.
So it's every 4 seasons, which that's not too bad. It just happens that all of our fields need it at once, so if you're only ripping one field a season, or maybe a quarter of your fields a season, it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's the way we were going to set it up. Rip only the bean ground if you're double cropping.
Yeah.
No way, man. Can't be possible.
What?
What are you doing? Working on anything?
You talking to me or Joe?
Yeah, you.
I'm working on this tractor still.
I know Joe ain't working on it. You don't mod?
Helper completed. How?
Science. That's a big old field.
Smaller than the one we're doing. By like half.
Yeah, your guess is what, 600? 660 you said?
654, yeah.
This one's 308.
It looks massive though.
Maybe it's just the fact that he's using the fucking little ass ripper.
Well, that.
It's the biggest they make.
I know, but still not very wide. There's a lot of other shit going on there too.
That's the 9-shank one?
13.
Or 12? I don't even know what John Deere makes for rippers.
It's 8 meter wide. 13 shank.
13. Does Krause have?
Krause has like a 18 shank ripper, but it's smaller spacing. It's only like a 21 foot wide machine instead of 26.
Is that what it is? No. They're hard to get much bigger when you're plowing that deep.
You got enough horsepower yet.
Toes.
I like how these tracks fit perfectly between those. I think I'm gonna turn that big field into corn.
You gonna chop it then?
Nope.
Is there any dairies or anything in that area you base that on?
What do you mean?
As far as actual locations of dairies and big
Yeah,
dairies?
everything is built off the satellite image. The farm that farms that actually, that field and the field, that field is actually corn in real life. They do a lot of corn. They don't do much for beans. In terms of dairies, there isn't much for dairies around this area. The company that owns the field I'm spreading in right now, and the two kind of to the east, that's owned by F&A Dairy, and they chop their corn for silage.
Jeez.
Which is between these three fields here, it's about 200 acres. don't think the yields in this area are all that great because they farm quite a bit of acreage. A lot of it's corn, but their silo complex looks like it probably only has room for a little over 100,000 bushel.
That's not much.
I'd say 150,000 bushel max.
A little, like, I don't know what, they don't call them 5Rs, the deers, right? It's like the 500 or
Yeah, there's a 5R.
We need one of them for this game.
I agree. We'll probably have one in 19.
Yeah, probably.
With some Euro reflectors on it.
Hell yeah, it's the
They
only
should-
way.
They should really make those things configurable, like American versus Euro version.
Yes.
And the amount of time it would take them to do that,
All in
just,
one
I mean, they
minute.
could snap their fingers and it'd be done. For us, if we want to tear the goddamn thing apart, it's like, oh look, a
Yeah.
whole day.
Because
You gotta, yeah, re-game it because the whole thing's one model now.
So stupid.
Well, don't use Blender. Pay for my Maya, bitch. I honestly would be surprised if they even supported Blender in this next game at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that.
This thing needs maintenance, great. Oh shit.
So Dusty, since you're the IT guy,
Yeah.
would getting a bigger, a better, a more up-to-date gaming monitor help screen tear with VSync off, or is that just the game? Cause like I'm fucking running 400 FPS on Farm Sim now.
Did you get a new
On
card?
yeah, single player. There you are, probably. But what do you mean by screen tear? Where are you getting screen tear?
All the time. I mean, it isn't all the time, but at certain points you see some screen tear.
Yeah, your refresh rate could have something to do with that.
I mean, I don't even want to know when this fucking monitor I am using right now was made because it'd be a long time.
Keeps it kid. Do you have an NVIDIA card? Yeah.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you want to monitor with G-Sync? Because I don't think V-Sync's compatible with that.
Well, I just turned VSync off in game in the settings, and then it fucking goes ape shit on the frame. And then you turn the limiter off with the developer controls.
The thing about this season's mod is you have to do maintenance on shit, but like, even if you only have an hour on a vehicle, it's like maintenance required after you go through a season.
Yeah, I know, it's quite strange. Maybe it's because you don't ever actually cover the amount of acres a real farm covers in this game. You're gonna have to hire Cole to build you some new houses. He's a house man.
Yeah, he's plugging away at some houses. Build me a nice barn.
Architect.
You got your anti-sampling turned off too, Dylan?
I have no idea. Maybe. Load the game up quick. I was just curious. I was just sitting here and I was like, I just want to see what this fucking game will do. It's like the 60 FPS is kind of boring, so I wanted to see some big numbers or pump them numbers.
Huge.
With both of them on, they'll give you better frames, but they suck on your GPU hardcore.
You talking about multi-sample anti-aliasing?
Yeah.
I have that on 8x. Run 750 FPS on the home screen. Hashtag GG's.
What
Yeah.
resolution are you running?
This tractor's pulling this implement at 8.5 miles an hour. In real life, they probably only pull this around 5.5. So, like, it would take you a third as long. So, you'd be in this field for, what, 49 hours? Just ripping it in real life.
Yeah, be a long day.
Be a long couple days.
9 hours? Be a day.
No, it would take 49 hours.
Oh, I thought you said 9.
Well, courseplay calculated at
Yeah.
9 hours, skipping a row with 2 machines. So,
Oh.
figured it'd take 4 times that. Then you gotta tack on 30% more for your difference in speed.
I'm 1920 by 1080, Dusty.
Oh, okay.
Very high setting. pretty hard set on the worst thing about this freaking game is the view circle. I hate that. I just wish they could make an engine that worked without it. Just fucking see forever.
Thanks for the subscribe, Shane. I hear the noise, but I don't see the thing till like a minute or so later. Yeah, so in real life, this are what, like a 30,000 bushel, 20,000 bushel.
For what?
Yeah, I'd say a little over 100,000 bushel capacity. Do you think farmers insure their equipment like this?
Yeah, 100%.
Like comprehensive insurance?
Property, all of our equipment, all of our buildings, all of our grain bins, all that shit's insured.
Is it expensive or is it pretty reasonable?
It goes up all the time, so they bitch about it no matter what. But inflation's a thing, so. Just kind of depends. Like a steel hay barn, like if it's a steel framed hay barn, they're pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
But like a wood framed hay barn's fucking ridiculous.
Right. Makes sense though.
But you pay different people is what it comes down to. You either pay the guy that builds the barn or you pay the insurance company.
Well, steel frame, you can probably, you have probably more room. You don't have to deal with the trusses.
Yeah. Roofs aren't as steep. They cost more than a wood building overall.
Right.
Insurance is cheaper. And if your hay catches on fire, they don't burn down.
Isn't that only really an issue if you put wet hay in your barn?
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing whenever you're making the hay and then it gets too wet and it combusts.
Yeah. I remember growing up as a kid, I kind of mowed the grass with a bagger on our mower when it was a little wet. And I parked it in the shed. I guess it almost caught on fire. My bad. Have you guys tried that pivot irrigation mod?
No, is it still as annoying as it is? Do you have to go like put it in the save game file?
Yeah, and just delete the name. I tried it, I got it to load in game, but it wouldn't load the wheels. And then when I indexed the wheels properly, it would throw an LUA error about the tire dirt module from Giants.
Well, that's just
And the
lame.
game wouldn't load. I mean, that mod does nothing. It does this like dirt texture on wheels. It's kind of pointless, but
You don't like your tractor throwing rooster tails all the time?
no, I kind of do. It's kind of why I want to keep it, but I can live without it.
R needs Firestones for sure.
There was an update for that, so it didn't throw that Lua on certain things.
Really? I might have to
Yeah.
download the new version and see if it's fixed. But it was like throwing line, like the LUA at like 157, like 163.
Yeah.
Nothing better, but not random.
Are you complaining over it?
Yeah, for sure. That's worse. Dusty still won't tell me what tractor he's working on, so we gotta together. We have to team up and find out.
Do you have any hints?
Dusty, what color is it?
Hello.
Always going in game watching. You're almost done with that field, Joe.
You kidding, right?
You might be done by winter time.
I have like 100 acres left to go. Are you guys gonna stream tonight?
I don't know, Dusty's not talking.
Maybe he just doesn't like you, Dylan.
Because he doesn't like Joe either, because he ain't answering the question.
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna stream.
What?
I gotta leave here in just a few minutes anyway.
Where you going?
Concert.
Oh. What kind?
Tim and Faith.
Big material.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one I got, Joe. I can't remember if it came from ModHub or GitHub, but that one works.
What?
It's in the Discord chat.
What are you saying? I wasn't listening, sir.
Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.
That tire dirt.
Bye
I
bye.
can't remember where I got it, but it's in Discord chat.
Do you think it's gonna take you to finish that field with that little thing?
Oh god, who knows? I'm just doing it to kill time during tillage.
Yeah. Do you have all your other ones out hired and stuff?
Well, no, the other ones have some standing crop in it. I'm just kind of disking under the ones that have the harvested.
Oh, I got you.
That way I don't have to do all my fields. They all need to be plowed, but it's not gonna happen.
Hayden, what the hell is that kind of bullshit you got on that right picture? What the hell is that?
That's a super single, dude.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's
Hey,
not
I
a
did it
super
just
single,
because I can,
that's-
okay?
Those are two tires smushed together.
It's actually one just spread apart. It looks really weird. Yep.
What the hell kind of interior did you fucking jab in that thing? What?
Why is that any of your business?
Well, honestly, I'm pretty sure it comes from the fucking crew cab high country here. Not
No. It did not.
where the hell did it come from?
It came from a, I want to say 2016 LTZ.
Yeah, the one-off turbo squid, $150 model.
Fuck if I know which one it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty
It
sure
was
it's
one of
really
those.
interior. It's a high country.
Oh, I don't think this one is, but wait. No, not that one. This is like 1500 LTZ. It fits pretty well in there.
Oh, this guy's probably done with fuel.
So now the real question is, you could probably go get a regular field cultivator and run over them corn stalks and do the same thing.
Yeah, but it needs to plow. So all my fields are red. They need to be plowed.
Oh well. That's just a recommendation. You just running the regular in-game AI on that 9R?
Yep. Said screw it with courseplay. What am I listening to? Making somewhat decent progress in the field.
If you wanted to skip all that plowing with the updated creator tools, you can buy the fields in the plow state.
Really?
Even if you already own it?
Yeah. I think it switched it even after I owned the field.
You just say plow?
Plow that shit for me, please.
Too bad you can't like hire like plow now.
Contract it out.
I'll give you money.
Yeah, there was you had to hit alt something, the key up in the help window. It tells you, and it said advanced
Is this enough that
settings
you
or
can get
something.
The mod hub? I need that shit.
Yeah, creator tools, it's on mod hub. But you can buy it in cultivated plowed state, planted, or whatever.
You can set field fruit and set field ground.
Does it charge you money to do that?
Count me the fuck in. Fucking saves me so much time. I ain't even gotta go plant another grass field to make bales. I can just fucking walk up there and be, hey, plant this for me, okay? Thanks.
Shazam.
You got to make sure your field corners are set up right though, compared to what it looks like in GE. Because if they're not correct and you buy it in a cultivated or plowed state, it could
Corners will be filled in.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Well-
work good on any of these fields at all.
it wouldn't go in it wouldn't contour around the corner like you have it laid out in GE. It would just keep going in a straight line.
Yeah, that probably better not do that then. Keep her for the basic fields.
Yeah, it's the same like if you make it do missions, it creates the field to your corner boundaries. There used to be a script, a GE script, like you make your map with splines, map boundary with splines, but
Yeah.
I don't think that was ever converted over.
How do you even set up a like actual real life field anyway in a map? Because aren't you only allowed like 3 or 4 points or corners, whatever, in GE?
Yeah, you're allowed like 3 data points per corner. I think you can make as many corners as you want. But like this thing, I just made it like a big square to cover up this area. That's why you can never do missions on this field, because it would make terrain like under the houses and everything.
Through the trees and shit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be pretty.
Yeah, I think
Which
they
is-
also had that problem on Automokes. If you tried to sell a field, it'll do the same thing. Because I guess whenever you sell it, it resets the.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, because I like when a field is owned by the computer, because it kind of like updates itself, you know?
Yeah.
So
Now what the hell button am I supposed to hit? This shit ain't doing nothing.
hopefully they fix that in the new version, where you can have more flexibility with your fields.
Well, you would think they would focus on the little things to make it better, but
They just keep adding more and more vehicles.
exactly.
They've tried it in single players.
It's like, oh, we made the community happy. We're done here.
Oh, John Deere!
And that's what scares me with them adding John Deere, is I feel like it's gonna
Yeah.
get people off their back. They're like, okay, we don't have to do shit for another 2 years.
Yes, exactly.
But now they're
Fucking
really
on
fucked. What are they
vacation.
gonna add after John Deere? Like, they're gonna have to make some big changes.
Yeah,
That was their
that's what I
last-
was thinking about. It's
that
like
was their
either
last
they
trick.
add John Deere this game or they get 3D terrain.
Like, now they're actually gonna
Is
have to do stuff.
Yeah, I mean now they're down to where they're gonna have to either disappoint the fuck out of everybody or actually do something to the goddamn game engine.
Yeah. What did they do? Like they added dynamic skies, and they thought that was huge.
Clouds, oh my god, game.
Like,
They did not add dynamic skies.
yeah.
Who is this? Is this Peyton?
Yes, it is.
I thought so.
Is this Josh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Come with me.
This hired work is gonna cost me a fortune.
Believe me.
Worth it.
I don't think I'm gonna make it up with that extra 10% boost in yield for plowing. Gotta chop this
Did
tree.
you go in game to look at this shit? Cause I can't get this shit to work. I don't understand what the hell. Hitting alt don't do shit for me.
Does the mod come with instructions, sir?
Nope.
Well, I guess you're out of luck.
You're SOL. Oh, I've been streaming for 2 hours. I think it's time to call it a night.
Good or not.
For what, Dylan?
For this, trying to get this bitch to plant my fields for me.
Why don't you just do the work yourself once?
I did
Whoa.
once. I'm not gonna do it the
Once?
second time.
Once.
And I learned.
Yeah,
I
once.
learned from that mistake.
Why don't you just do all of the work?
I did once.
It should pop up in your help window when you're by the buy field icon. Pretty sure.
Oh, you're supposed to do when you buy. I thought you just fucking walked up to it whenever the fuck you wanted and said, "Hey, plant this."
Only if it was that easy.
Oh fuck! I can't even do that on Cole's map because you don't have the field set up. Okay, supper mapper. It's in beta.